Hey, I'm the Black Migo, and I'm here with Shawn. Hey, bro, how you doing? What do you feel about those people that make you have that support from Welcome to the Feds to Freedom podcast. I'm your host, Shawn Johnson, living my truth, walking in my freedom. This is where we have transparent convos for formerly incarcerated individuals, making moves and operating in purpose. I'm inspired by today's guest. Very, very inspirational guy, a Texas realtor, top producer, Mr. Davarus. Mr. Davarus Bill, how you doing today, sir?
Man, I'm doing good, man.
Man, it's nice to have you here with us.
Appreciate y'all.
So, entonces lo que le quiero decir a las otras personas, estamos aquí con una persona, que ha estado encerrado y él se dedica a los bienes raíces y queremos hablar con él acerca de eso, ¿sí? Um, Tell us, man, a little bit about yourself, man.
Man, what'd you just say?
Oh, well, I was just letting the people know.
You speak Spanish?
Yeah, I do speak Spanish. I know a few words here and there. So I was just letting any Spanish viewers know,
That's hard.
yeah, what was
That's
going on.
hard. That's hard. That
So
plug talk down.
yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, man. I definitely read and I heard first and foremost that you have been incarcerated before,
Yeah.
and I want you to know that I've also been incarcerated, and unapologetically, I'm not feeling any type of way about my past. My past has brought me to sit down here with you
Yep.
because I had time to do some introspection and figure out who I was, what I wanted to do, and I'm doing what I want to do right now, and that's
Yeah.
interviewing you,
Oh yeah.
finding out what's going on with you and what's on your mind. Because what we want to highlight with this nonprofit and this Feds to Freedom podcast, what we want to do is destigmatize the stigma, because we realize a lot of times people want to stigmatize us and they want to hold our past against us. Like, you get out, you can't find a job, or you can't become a realtor,
Right.
like yourself or something like that, which is things that we would definitely cover. But first and foremost, what we would like to underscore is, your incarceration, your time of incarceration. Was that difficult for you? What led to you being incarcerated? Because if you ask me, you look like a well-to-do guy.
Yeah.
You don't look like anybody that would be in the prison system or anything like that. So, do you mind if we ask you what led to your incarceration?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm born and raised in Mississippi, grew up in Mississippi, Starkville. For most people who don't know where that's at, that's like where Mississippi State University at. 45 minutes from Tuscaloosa. I'm 2 hours from Jackson. I'm 2 hours from Memphis, Tennessee. 45 minutes from Tupelo, Mississippi.
Okay.
I was sentenced in 2011 to selling marijuana, and I got 20 years for it. They gave me 15 to serve 5 on paper.
Now, don't sound like you selling no dime bags or nothing like that, brother.
So it's a tricky situation.
Uh-huh.
So I had 4 sale charges,
Uh-huh.
2 under 30 grams, 2 over 30 grams,
Uh-huh.
but the 2 over 30 grams was less than 250 grams.
Okay.
I had all of my charges was enhanced because I was either 1,500 feet from a church or a tabernacle or 1,500 feet of a school. So Mississippi State was my spot because, I'm from a small town. People weren't used to like luxury weed, and I don't smoke. I'm 37. I ain't never smoked a drink in my whole life.
Right.
But what we called the rapper weed,
Uh-huh.
people weren't used to it. So
Okay.
I ended up, I had been to prison before. Got sent to the RED program, all that type of stuff. Got kicked out the RED program, and they sent me to general population.
Okay.
And then I came home from prison, tried to go play ball overseas, play ABA ball, semi-pro basketball. Guy tried to pay me with a Walmart gift card, and they kind of like just did something to me mentally. Like honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. It just did something to my ego, like a man trying to give me a Walmart gift card. And so I called my cousin. I ain't gonna say his name, but I called him. I was just like, man, look, I need to get on. And he was like, come down here, holler at me. And
Right.
so I went down to holler at him, and then it changed from there. And I started trapping with them for a while, getting some money. They plug in running off, going underground because of something happened to his situation. We went up. I called my nephew, man. Hey, you got some connections in Atlanta? We need to come try to score some. He had some connection. We went to Atlanta, and then that's when we got introduced to sour D's, all the luxury rapper weed,
Right.
and brought it back to my city. Sold the campus up, sold the city up, sold the local towns up, and that's how it came up.
Man, that's interesting, man. That's interesting.
And I would have went to the feds
Uh-huh.
because I fell under the Uniform Controlled Substance Act. But the state was just so thirsty to try and go on and convict. And then when they came to me with that time, my lawyer was just like, look, we got you on camera. Well, they got you on camera. They got this, this. And it's so crazy. I never knew what emotional discovery was. But if I had the knowledge to get my emotional discovery and look through, I could have really fought my case. I probably wouldn't have beat it, but a lot of the enhancements would have been dropped. It's a lot of stuff that would have changed on my case because they didn't have like no evidence other than the film, but it never was any hand to hand. It was, you give me the money and then the weed is over there and stuff like that. But yeah,
And so, how much did they offer you?
they came to me. They came to me straight with 20.
With 20.
Yep,
And you signed for what?
20, 15 certified on paper.
Okay, cool. So let's go from now to so just so you know, I've also been incarcerated two
Yeah,
times. You've
yeah.
been incarcerated two times as well. I actually signed for 12 years when I was around 20 years old, state, and I did 8 years flat on it.
Mm-hmm.
I turn around again and I get incarcerated in 2019. I get out in 2024. I signed for 7 years and did right at 5 years on it. And
Right.
that was fed time. My first case was a aggravated robbery case. I'm out in the streets hustling. I was always a hustler out there getting money, but then, I switched lanes, started working back enough, and just got into some dumb stuff. You're in the hood, you're not thinking,
Yep.
you don't have, the mentorship that you need, and you just thinking about a quick dollar. What's the quickest way to get? I'm gonna go take something from somebody.
Yep.
So that's what I did. And I got that 12 years. And that's when I see you asked me about the Spanish, like, hey, what was that? So that's when I initially started learning Spanish when I was on my state charge,
Mm-hmm.
maybe about 2 years into it. I started learning. I was around the culture.
Yeah.
I'm here close to Mexico,
Right.
and it was just kind of like, man, I started. I just told myself I was gonna learn.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked up a book that was in Spanish, a dictionary, and I started with that dictionary, and I became addicted. Like I literally had to have it. Like it was like a crack. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I had to have it, and so I never thought that it would lead to what it's led to now.
Nah,
I
you
absolutely.
if I wasn't looking at your face and I closed my eye, I would have thought you was a Mexican guy.
Yeah, yeah,
A hood Mexican
yeah,
guy.
yeah,
So
yeah. But I am the Black Migo for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But nah, I never thought it would lead to this, man. But I really became hungry for it. I had to have it, man, and I just kept at it, kept at it, kept at it. And then one of my Hispanic partners from Mexico one day, he looked at me, he was like, "Man, you got it now." And I'm like, "God, what?" He like, "You just really not even thinking when you talk no more."
Mm,
And I'm like, "Oh, really?" But I knew I didn't have it. He just felt like I had. I knew I
yeah.
still had work to do. So anyway, that's how that started, man. I got out in 2008 and I was semi-fluent. I would give myself maybe a 40 or 50%. And then when I get locked up, when I get incarcerated this second time in 2019, I knew all the areas that I was missing. So I'm like, it's time to get back on it. So I had my people sending me books, magazines, newspapers, anything I could get my hands on, any literature. And so I got back on it because I wanted to perfect it. So right now I give myself about a 90,
Nah, you cold.
85, 90.
Nah, you
Uh,
cold. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I appreciate that. But so yeah, my second charge was an intent to possess and distribute.
Mm-hmm.
I got involved with, that same um I got involved with the same group of people, but the people were different. They weren't the people from here, they were the people from over there.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, that was my thing, man. I was getting my money, I was getting to it, and then boom, you know how it happens. Somebody get popped, then guess what? For all you viewers who don't know that
Yep.
y'all out there
I
moving, y'all,
smile when you said that
yeah,
because
yeah,
I already
y'all
know how
out
I
there
go. Yep.
moving to work, y'all flashing the money, it's all cool. But what you gotta understand is when your mans get popped, I don't care if he your best man. Your best man that was at your wedding, I don't care who he was, when he get popped,
He tell him.
then guess what? He might walk in your house with a wire on, like, hey man, what's up? And you giving them the information. You gotta talk to your own people like they the police sometimes. So, I don't suggest that lifestyle for anybody, man, but to each his own. Everybody just have to know
You know how to move. Yeah.
how to move. And when you in that lane, man, look, there's consequences. If you get caught, man, take your hit, and that's it. All they're telling on
Man, you
somebody.
preaching but you talking to a brick wall though, because this generation don't care about that. You got to think 70% of the people that's even in the street don't supposed to be in the street anyway.
True story.
And most of the guys that we see, and I'm like I'm anti like rappers, and I was a rapper. I'm anti like flashy street guy. Like I'm from Mississippi. Coming to Texas was a culture shock for me. Like I'm not. How can I put it, man? Like I'm not a fan of like the fake flashy tough guy popping bottles in the club. I hate it. I don't like rappers.
Yeah.
Because I know half of y'all ain't who y'all say y'all is.
Right.
Like y'all ain't built like
So
that.
they portraying the image.
Yes, man. And when I say I hate like to my soul, I hate it.
So you wasn't one of them guys flashing the money with the racks in the bag.
No, never. You even on my page, dog, you'll never see you will never in your life see Davarus Bell popping, flexing, stunned,
Well,
none
let
of
me ask
that.
you a question. Did people know what you were known for when people saw you?
No.
So you tell
Nobody
me
know I wasn't trapping. Nobody, because I was moving weight.
So what was your front? Did you have a front? Because if you don't have no front, if you don't have no entity going on,
Bro, I was just out the way. Like underground,
you
like
were
a
so far
mole.
out the way, people
Man,
don't even know what you got
bro,
going
I
on.
was so far out the way down that when people see me, they were like, man, bro, I ain't seen you in a long time. Where you been? Just out the way.
Right.
And I used to sit in the dope spot reading a book.
Really?
Just chilling.
Really? Did you come up like, 13, 14, 15 years old? Is this what you were seeing? People getting money in the street?
My mama would get money. We used to have big dope boys staying in our house when I was young. And my mama was, until my mama started getting on drugs,
Yeah.
she was the cool chick in the hood that the drug dealer was cool with. And I saw it in my neighborhood. My big brothers and them were trapping and stuff like that. And I saw it, but it didn't intrigue me until I met my partner Mario and Hoodoo. Because they were 14, 15, 16 selling weed, like young. Me, at that time, I just wanted the girls and I wanted the hoop. That's it. But when you put in the situation I was in with my mama, like not having no money, growing up poor, growing up in a trailer, and I tell the story all the time, we used to have to piss and shit in the bucket growing up. So when you put in a situation like that and you see people around you, they can go to Wimpy's at the time, where it's called the West Side store right now. You can go to Wimpy's and you can go get you a burger. You can go get you some chips. You can go get you some snacks. You're in a situation like that and I can't do it. So what's the next option?
Right.
Had to rob, steal,
Right.
had to do some forgery shit, or I'm had to sell some drugs. And that's kind of like how I came up. I came up selling fake crack.
Fake crack.
Orgel, Kendall
I
West.
knew some of those guys in the hood that were actually doing that.
Yeah. Until I seen one of my cousins get his throat slit from ear to ear. That's how I was making my money to go get me some Jabot jeans, a throwback jersey, a hat, some fila shoes, and something to eat. That's all I wanted.
So you were primarily grandfathered into it.
Yeah, because if you from where I'm from in Starkville, dog, you finna do two things. It ain't no other way around it. You finna sell drugs or you finna be like a thief. You know what I'm saying? And most of the people who make it out to do something, they just now starting to do something now. Like my age range, dog, we didn't have nobody from my neighborhood making it or coming up and stuff like that. We didn't at all. My cousin was the first person to ever take where I'm from to the next level. He ended up going to the NBA in 2010. You know what I'm saying? But then just based on his situation, he ended up going overseas and he just been overseas forever. You know what I'm saying?
So what's it like when you go back now? Do you go back?
Yeah, I go back. It's love. I just don't. My trust issue. My trust level is like, well, I don't trust nobody because I done lost too many partners in that neighborhood to whatever. I just don't trust. So when I come to town, to my grandmama house, go kick it with a couple of my aunts and stuff like that, and then 10 times 10, I'm going to my hotel room that's probably outside of the city, and then that's it. And then when it's time for me to come back to Texas, I'm gone.
Right.
No warning. I don't give warnings when I come to town. I don't give warnings when I leave town. I kind of move and post as I leave.
Right.
Not saying somebody in my city go do something to me, but dog, my cousin got killed in his house. Potentially, we feel by somebody that he knew because of how the scene was set up. You know what I'm saying? The person he had to know the person that let him in.
Right.
So since then, dog, can't trust nobody nowadays.
Right.
So
So let me ask you a question. When you were incarcerated, what was going through your head when you get incarcerated? Did they kick the door down? How did that actually happen?
how I got caught?
Yes.
So I met a guy on campus. I ain't gonna say his name, but I met him on campus. He was cool. He had the girls. I used to serve the girls for him because I didn't know him like that. So one day, one of the chicks who was around, she ended up going home for the holidays. And she was like, hey, can I give him your number? And I'm talking about, I never done that. I was moving a certain way, and that's what kept me on the ground for so long. But I didn't want to miss out on that money. And I said, yeah, give him my number. So from there, I started serving him, building the trust with him. He was cool. He'll bring the girl by. And then a lot of the chicks that he'll bring by, they're like, oh, he handsome, he tall. So, I'm finna holler at him.
Right.
So now he's kind of like the plug to the chicks on Mississippi State campus.
Yeah.
Some baddies. So you like, yeah, I like rock with Buddy. So now it go from you bring the chicks around, I'm smashing the chicks, I'm serving you, I'm still making money off you. Now you're coming over and you eating at my table too with some of the chicks that I'm kicking it with. So I consider them like my partner. So one day he on Mississippi State campus, he's stealing backpacks while selling weed. He just so happened to steal backpack of one of the students whose father was a part of the alumni there. Steal iPad, an iPod at the time, and a laptop. And when they arrested him, he had an ounce of weed in his pocket. They ain't care about nothing. And what he got charged with, only thing he had to do was pay a fine. And he would have, probably probation or something like that. They only want to know where you get the weed from. And so from there, that's how he turned their informant. And he was just coming around recording.
He turned informant.
Yep.
You heard that? People turning informant.
Yep. And he started recording it. How I knew he was the police. He came to see me. So in my town, we wear like the white boy Columbia shirts. It's a shirt that got a bunch of buttons, a bunch of pockets. It's like what the fishermen white boys be wearing. He pulled up to me 2 times in that same shirt. And I called my partner. I said, bro, I think Buddy, the police. He said, why you say that? I said, something just ain't right.
Yeah.
And then he ended up asking me about one of my partners who just killed somebody. And then I'm thinking he's so tight, so I'm really just in here talking about it. And they played all that. They played all that back in court. He was recording me talking about the murder. They recorded me talking about sales that I was making, trips I was taking to Georgia, all that. He had everything.
Let me ask you a question, because this is also something that happens when people get incarcerated for moving narcotics. A lot of times people don't even understand the dynamics of being incarcerated, going to court, being indicted, and all of those things. So a lot of times you'll come home, you'll do your time 4, 5, 6 years. People think you said something.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Your partners, you get caught up. Your partners, like, don't nobody want to talk. I mean, I wouldn't want to talk to nobody if they just got caught up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
If I was doing something. So was there that confusion about you? Man, I think he talking. He came home too early, or
Nah,
that wasn't.
I didn't have. So it never was about me coming home. When one of my partners got locked up, they tried to say I told them, but they're like, I didn't even know he was locked up.
Right.
But because we were so tight, they just started putting 2 and 2 together.
Right.
And so the people who they try to say said that I told on all these individuals, I would call them on the phone just to kind of see, because in my city, people know, like, I'm gonna crash out. Like, I don't play all that fake, all that talking behind back. I'm gonna come holler at you and we go talk then. And most time people don't have the nuts to just be like, yeah, I said it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it
how tall
is.
are you?
6'7".
Yeah, I don't think they want no smoke with you. So they.
But see, I hear that people say that a lot. But even when I was short, I didn't care. the toughest guy in the city, we pulling up.
Right.
You gonna have to show me, like you gonna have to whoop my hand down.
Mm-hmm.
And then even when you do that, I'm gonna figure out a way how to come back so I can try to get that win.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I'm programmed.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I would call them guys were like, nah, bro, I swear I ain't never said that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it come to find out, I found out who said it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also I found out the people who was spreading that rumor
Mm-hmm.
was also the same people
Mm-hmm.
who told that guy who was the informant
Mm-hmm.
that oh, we don't sell drugs no more, but if you're looking for somebody who got some weed, go holler at Davarus Bell.
Mm-hmm.
All of this came out. But these also the same guys who got charges,
Mm-hmm.
never went to jail,
Mm-hmm.
never been arrested.
Mm-hmm.
They got probation.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what people number one thing they like to say when they snitching?
What's that?
I had a good lawyer. I ain't go down the road because I had a good lawyer.
Right.
And people, and I make this known all the time, even when I'm conveying a message on social media. Bro, in my city, they sent me to jail every time.
Right.
I got sat down every time I did something.
Right.
These guys don't get set down.
Mm-hmm.
So that should tell y'all something. Why is it that he got set down, but y'all ain't get sit down?
Mm-hmm.
What's the correlation? Y'all can say y'all got these good lawyers, but I got way more money than y'all. And I got a lawyer just as better than y'all.
Mm-hmm.
What's the issue? So I never had no issue with people like, oh, Buddy snitching.
Mm-hmm.
But I always had people who saying I'm snitching because I came home. But it's always like people saying, oh, well, he got to be snitching. But where's the correlation? And then also, I have my motion of discovery.
And they don't have no paperwork, nothing.
And I promise you, if you want to know if somebody's snitching or they got something to hide, ask them, let me see your motion of discovery.
Yeah.
I still got mine. I have two copies of mine. I have the physical copy and I have a copy. So if somebody asks me, I can be like, here, you can have it, take it home with you.
Right.
Because I already did the time.
Right.
Restitution I already paid.
Mm-hmm.
I just got my order of rehabilitation 2 years ago. So I don't have probation, parole. I don't have nothing. I have a copy of that in there too. So if somebody ever was to just say anything, because I think like Whack 100, he's the person who always pull paperwork on people.
Correct. Well, he claimed he pulled paperwork, but a lot of times he don't even have factual information. He's just going off of what he say, she say.
Bingo. So people like that who just be trying to come up with stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I have an extra copy for them if they want to see it. If somebody ever be like, oh, he told.
Mm-hmm.
But how can somebody tell if they go to prison and then I got 20 years for weed?
Right.
I wasn't selling no cocaine.
Right.
So
if y'all want to seek paperwork, if anybody have any issues with anybody, man, just ask for the paperwork for the discovery. Or you can actually go on Pacer to look that up and just
type their name in there.
Type the name in, go on Pacer, and there you have it. Instead of putting out misinformation in regards to somebody's name. So fast forward a little bit, when you were incarcerated. So what are you thinking, man? I'm away from my family. Let me let the people know once again, what we're doing here with Feds to Freedom. This is because I have been to the feds and this is my story. And I like to interview people that can relate to my story, but also people that have been incarcerated, but now they're home and they have their own motion. They have productivity going on. They have something positive. They trying to give back. We want to highlight and underscore the fact that just because you've been there don't mean you have to stay there. Just because you sold drugs don't mean you have to keep selling drugs. Just because you was a thief or you cheated on your taxes, it don't mean that you have to keep doing that. So what we want to do is highlight everybody that's coming home, because we realize a lot of people are coming home and don't have that faith, don't have that confidence, and we want to be that for them, if you will.
So
we're gonna fast forward it right quick. So when you were incarcerated, so what are you thinking? Are you like, hey man, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore, I can figure something else out, I'm not that slow, I'm intelligent? Or are you thinking, because some guys go back and they like, hey man, this is a vacation, when I get out I'm getting back to it?
So crazy. I did go in prison like that. So when I went into prison, I said to my partner and them, I said, I'm gonna be the toughest black disciple in the entire state prison. So I was a part of the Black Disciple BDs. Was a chief enforcer for them and everything. So when I went to prison, first thing they asked me when I hit the door, my partner, rest in peace to my partner Demond Tate and Joe Seed, they asked me, say, boy, are you screaming? I said, bro, I got to. I can't go home like that because I got these 6-point stars on me.
You say, are you screaming?
They asked me, am I screaming? So that's what we said in Mississippi, are you screaming?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah.
So you want to?
So are you screaming? So what are you screaming is, are you going to outwardly claim this organization?
Gotcha.
Are you gonna function with us?
Gotcha.
And so I told him, I like, bro, I can't come home like that. Like, I've been ripping BD, been BD for years, born in it, got these 6-point stars on me. So I can't just sit in prison I didn't know I would go do 8 years, but I can't sit in prison for 15 years as a peon.
Mm-hmm.
So went in there, they come to the door, they go ask you, hey, what you claiming? So if you part of the folk nation, you got to be on this side. Or if you're part of the people nation, which is vice lords, all that, you could be on the other side. And so, went with my people. They went with my folks. They asked me what you claim. Told them where I'm from, all that type of stuff. You got to quote literature. They go to tell you to spit some. And at the time, I took my oath of ranking officer. So that's what they wanted to hear, like me spit my oath. And so get in prison, doing time, just chilling, really. It ain't like how people be saying in the movie. I was just chilling.
Yeah, so you wouldn't, when you went in, wasn't no fear in your heart, like, man, I might need me a shank. Somebody might shank me.
But I
I
went.
mean, you're a pretty big dude.
I got over here. So
Yeah.
I got to go back a little bit. So I got stabbed in the face,
Okay.
like putting down. I ain't finna be nobody, nothing in here. Like this is what it is.
You had
in
to
here.
prove that to somebody. You had to.
But it was the other. So how can I put it? Because it's a long story. So in Jackson, Mississippi is equivalent to New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of wild, they rowdy. They different. So if you get too many people from Jackson on a compound, boy, it's a long day.
Mm-hmm.
They rapping all night. They just wild.
Mm-hmm.
And so at this time, we had too many people from Jackson on the compound.
Mm-hmm.
And so they getting into it with these people. It was just a lot of static.
Mm-hmm.
And so being that on BD, you're an enforcer, so you front line if anything was to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So when all of this issue happened, apparently a guy from Jackson stole something from another guy from Jackson who just so happened to be a vice lord.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's a standoff between the GDs, the BDs, the Simon City Royals. We have institutional gangs. We have stalkers. We have jukes. We have those, and then they have Osos, vice lords, bloods, all that type of stuff. And then at the time, we don't have a big Crip population in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
But when Crips come to prison, 10 times out of 10, they go link up with the folks.
Mm-hmm.
Bloods come to prison, they go link up with the vice lord. So this big standoff in quick bed happens. And so being that on front line, they saying, hey, you send your best, we send our best.
Mm-hmm.
They just so happen to send this real short vice lord guy, and then I'm super tall,
Right.
and then me and him banging. But while we banging, he got razors in his knuckles.
Yeah.
And so that's how I got this cut on my face.
Okay.
And we banging. Police come in, they get us on the ground, they send us to the hole.
Uh-huh.
Just so happened, he was going down for like robbery, like a real serious charge. I was going down for weed charges, so I could have went to a satellite. I could have went to a work release program, all that type of stuff. But because I got into this issue, they sent me to the hole, 23-1. And I was in there for like 6 months before they sent me down the road. So I went into prison letting people know, like, dog, I'm this. I ain't going. When they sent me to my housing unit where I'm gonna be at for a while, I get down there, it was chill. And that's how it always is. Once you get to where you go be at, that's home. So now you got to make yourself at home.
Yeah.
So I made myself at home, got me a cell phone, got acquainted with everybody. So we just chilling. I just so happened to run into a guy named Big Pokey, who was a vice lord, 5-star universal elites for the vice lord, Cicero, CVL. I ran into him. He was sitting down I put my shoes on, watching TV. He was sitting across from me, kind of in an angle. He was staring at me. And I could see him staring at me out the corner of my eye. I'm like, man, staring at me for like, I'm like, nah, I finna go down. So I'm starting to put my boots on. Start putting my boots on.
You know when you put your boots on,
it's time to go. It's time to go. You need some grip.
Yeah.
So he get up and he come sit at the table. Like, this is my bunk. This is the table. He's sitting at the table. His bed was this way. So he came and sat at the table. He said, Slim. He said, I just want to tell you, man, like, I'm familiar with you. Said, like, what? He said, yeah, man, I used to read the Clarion Legend. You play basketball at Starve High. I said, yeah. He said, yeah, I know. He said, do you know who Gold Rush is? I said, yeah, that's my brother. He said, yeah, I know Gold Rush. He like, but I used to watch you, Latavius Will. He started naming a lot of players who play basketball in Mississippi who were Danny Dozen. And I'm like, yeah, so now my guard go all the way down because now you talking about what I love. And we just sat at that table for an hour without just kicking it. Fast forward, and I tell people this all the time, Big Pokey changed my life. Frederick Shaw, this was a person who was supposed to be my opposition. This man literally taught me how you say you learn Spanish. I was in college. I did college. I dropped out of college. I graduated high school. I want a dummy. I used to be in my dope house reading, but it's a lot of stuff I didn't know. This guy used to sit down with me every single day. We used to read the dictionary, the Wall Street Journal, the Black Enterprise magazine,
Right.
the Clarion Ledger, and we used to read the almanac,
Uh-huh.
the Bible, and the
Man, I
Holy
had
Quran.
man, I had them books too, that almanac. I mean, I was constantly in it. It was all
Telling you,
about information
information,
while you
dog.
was there. So, while I was incarcerated, I was the type of person when I went in, I was like, man, nobody better not come to me talking about riding with them. I ain't riding with nobody unless they want a shot collar. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I ain't trying to do that. Right. So, I had a few people come to me, was like, man, who you with? Man, I ain't with nobody. I'm an individualist. You
but
understand what
this
I'm
is the
saying?
feds, because I heard the
I'm gonna
feds
well,
about
I'm gonna tell you what
sex.
happened when I went to the
Okay,
feds. That was a state.
okay,
But when I went to the feds, so at this point again, I speak fluent Spanish, so I connect with all the Hispanics. I ain't even kicking it with my own people. Like I'm literally this time in a cell with Hispanics for 2 years. All Hispanics, not one black person in there. I'm close to Mexico, right? So one of the Hispanic guys, so they got what they call paisas, and they the biggest thing that's going on in the feds.
what's
The
that? Bison,
paisas,
Pison.
paisas.
I ain't heard
They
that.
call them paisas. The biggest thing going on in the feds, and they running the show. You know why? Because they have the revenue that's coming from Mexico. They have
Hmm.
their people over there still moving it.
And they got the
You
number.
got phones in there, they still moving it with the phone. So they have the financial resources, and we generally don't.
Yeah,
So that puts them in a position to run everything. So anyway, one of the Hispanic guys came to me. He was like, "Hey man, what's up, man? You want to get down with us?" I'm like, "What you mean get down with you?" He's like, "Man, you want to be paisa?" And I'm like, "No, I think I'm good on that." And he was like, "Man, you sure, man? Because I can talk to my people, man. We go ahead and make you one of us." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm pretty good." But he asked me about 4 or 5 times if I want to get on their team. Now, be mindful, I'm so connected with them. Ain't no other black. If it's another black person gonna walk through this door and be a part of this tank, they gonna come consult me.
yeah,
They like, hey man, homie over here, this black guy trying to come over here in this tank. What you think about it? And at this time, I was like, no, you know him? No, I don't know him. I'm like, nah, because I don't want another black person in, because I don't want to be responsible for nobody. These people already fool with me tough, and we're gonna keep it that way.
yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, they wanted me to become Paisa, but when I get to Beaumont, where I done the majority of my time, when you go there, it's by your city or by your state.
Right. Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So you got DC, Houston people with Houston people, and they just kind of like rock like that. But I move in my own discretion. I would never be a part of nothing. I may go in and hear what you got to say, and then if it's meetings or if it's issues, yeah, you got to come together in the huddle. Y'all have to, convene and then figure out whatever the situation was. But no, I would never, you know what I'm saying, be a part of nothing. I didn't feel like
In Mississippi, you got three choices. Vice law. I'm gonna stop saying vice law, but you got the folk nation.
Why you say you're gonna
You,
stop saying Vice Lord?
because it's so many different factions
Okay.
into it.
Okay.
So if I say vice lord, but then you leaving out the Bloods, the
Got you.
Osos,
Got you.
folk
Okay.
on folk CHs, you go leave out so many people, and then they take that serious like, "Nah, I ain't vice lord. I'm folk CH." Same thing with me. Like you can't call me a GD.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm not GD. Like
Uh-huh.
I'm part of folk nation. Not now. Like I ain't net now. But then you can't say I'm GD.
Uh-huh.
You can't say I'm cripping or anything like that. I'm gonna make it clear like I'm BD. So um with us, you got three choices. You go either be folk nation, people nation, or you gonna be a peon.
Mm.
That's it. And even if
So
you
the peons don't get no respect?
depend on who you is. That's it. Depends on who you is. Because it's some people who are peons because dog, I've served this organization for 20, 30 years and I contribute to all type of destruction. I want to do something better, and I just ain't like that. And then when you got respect in prison, people don't bother you.
Yeah, so since you were calling the shots, ain't nobody really try you or nothing like that.
And plus, it ain't so. When I became chief enforcer, I'm telling you, I tell people this all the time. It wasn't because of my height. It wasn't because of my reputation. It wasn't because I was just trying to be a badass in prison. Dog, my cousin was one of the biggest 4 CHs in prison. 6'8", 275, came into prison with a murder charge, and he was causing destruction in prison that they had to shut certain prison down and ship him to a mental hospital and lock him up in a padded room because he was killing people that was a part of the folk nation.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a 4CH. So I remember being in Green County, and we got on a call. A guy named Lloyd Child came to me with the phone. He was like, look, your cousin Cello is on the phone. And I'm like, what are you on the phone for? Get on the phone. Talking to him, small talk. He said, cuz, I love you to death, but let them GDs know I'm coming. So it's like little stuff like that to where people be like, you know, Cello his cousin. So we leaving him alone because we got so much respect for Cello and we just know what he's gonna do. So off top, a lot of people just like, we ain't bother him. Then you got my brother Gold Rush in prison. Off top, remove the relationships that I have with these two people. When I was in prison, but I ain't bother nobody. I just chill. I played basketball, I worked out, I read, that's it. When people come to me with the little schemes and scams that they have in prison, I like, bro, I'm straight.
Were you trying to educate yourself at that time or transition, or you still at that time you still was like,
It wasn't until I met poker to where I wanted to elevate my life.
Okay.
Because before then, I was just chilling, I'm finna do my time. When I met him, he the one who believed in me and told me like, dog, when you get out, you go do this, you go do this. Before real estate, I was the number 27 car salesman in the whole state of Texas for 3 different brands. I never seen a car salesman in my life.
Really?
Real estate, bro, I ain't never seen a realtor. I never knew how people bought a house until I went to prison.
So tell us how you become. Tell us how you come from going state and selling weed to becoming a realtor, and that's what you proclaiming. I'm the Texas realtor.
God, man.
God,
bro. When I say a person can't tell me that God ain't real,
right?
Because I sat and prayed every single day for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I found God in prison. I went to prison a Muslim and came out non-denomination to where I accept any word of God. When I went to prison, dog, when I say I didn't have no knowledge of really nothing, honestly, I never seen a truck driver. Like I hear about truck drivers,
Right.
real estate agents. I never saw a realtor. I never saw a real estate sign. Never in my life until I went to prison. Never knew how people bought houses. Never been to a car dealership. Never seen a car salesman. Never knew how people bought cars. Dog, I came home from prison and became the number 27 car salesman in the whole state of Texas. Top car salesman, 200-300 cars.
How did you get into selling cars?
I can't move. When I got out of prison, March 27, 2017, moved to Dallas, moved in with my brother. Fast forward, my girl at the time, I was using her car that she got in a divorce from her ex-husband to deliver pizza for Pizza Hut. I leave work one day to go see Charlemagne the God at Grapevine Mills Mall for his new book. Go see him. I had the Pizza Hut shirt on. I used to cry every single day. I swear to God, I used to cry every single day because I'm like, dog, I'm delivering pizza for Pizza Hut.
Right.
This ain't my life, crying. Go see Charlemagne, dog. The man said, damn, you tall. What do you do? I said it's so embarrassed, like exhibits. I said, man, I deliver pizza for Pizza Hut. He said, so? Be the best pizza delivery guy you want to be.
Right.
I ain't never had nobody say that to me. That little shit like that changed my life.
Right.
I go back to work. I'm running, delivering the pizza up the stairs. I'm running, trying to make the best time in the region for Dallas. And then my girl, she said, dog, man, I'm just so proud of you working so hard. But in order for you to be successful, you need a laptop. I said, a laptop? Yeah. So we go to the Apple store. I said, man, I ain't got no money to get no laptop. I'm trying to save. I'm paying probation fee. I'm saying all these things. She said, I'm going to give it to you. I said, nah, I don't want you to give it to me. She said, well, I'm going to loan it to you then. Just pay me back.
Okay.
Go get a MacBook Air, $1,700. A guy was sitting across from me. He was a GM. He's trying to buy those chargers where you like lay the phone on the charge and stuff like that. And he's talking. He's like, man, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I said, I don't mean to be in your business, but you know, you asking them the question about this and that, and they can't give you an answer. I say you should get this one right here because it's gonna make it hard for somebody to steal it out your offer. You say they always walking out with the other little charge and stuff like that. So I told him, he said, damn, you need to be a car salesman. Boom. I said, car salesman. I said, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I just got out of prison. I ain't graduate college. And then he said, you don't need all that to be no car salesman.
Mm-hmm.
He said, come see me Thursday. Went to see him Thursday, dog, became a car salesman.
Let me ask you this. Was you selling good cars or was you selling lemons?
Good car. But see, I became the top car. I'm telling you, dog, and it sounds so crazy, dog. I became the top because when people were sitting in front of me at the dealership, I would tell them, like, hey, right here that you would buy this car, they take $10,000 off. You can tell you why I did that? It's no different than when I was hustling in the street. Dog, I had the cheapest product, but it was the best product.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, bro, I don't want to sell you no one car. I want to sell you 2, 3 cars. Because if you take $10,000 off the price of this car,
Right.
when the new 2020 whatever come out, you can get it and you won't be upside down. So if I trying to make the most money off you the first time, it gonna hinder me from making money next year. It gonna hinder me from making money the year after that. So I'm telling people, dog, write this on here, write this on here, write this. So my people who buy a car for me, they are getting in a situation where they not upside down. Because I know when the next car come out next year, I can call you and be like, hey, what if I told you I can get you in this 2020 whatever with little to no money down? Would you do it and keep your payment the same? Who gonna say no?
Facts. Yeah.
It's the same thing like when I was hustling, dog. People were selling $30 grams. Dog, you come see me, I'm gonna give you 2.
So you just took the same business model and
Applied it to the car business.
Yeah, and applied it to the car business.
Applied it to the car business.
And so did you how long were you in the car business?
I was in the car business 4 years.
Okay. And so you completely stopped selling the cars, good
Yep.
cars,
Good
no
car.
lemons, man.
No lemons.
Wasn't
No
selling
lemons.
no lemons.
Nope.
Can't nobody
It's
tell
documented.
he sold a lemon.
Documented.
So when you stopped selling the cars and transitioned to the real estate, you didn't have that affinity to still sell the cars?
Yeah, I still have it to today.
Okay.
When I hear people complaining about it on the internet, that's just who I am. When I hear people complaining about something on the internet, I be like, I wish I could say them. Damn, I wish I can help them. Damn, I wish I can do
So
that.
you never thought about having your own car lot?
Nah, because they not gonna allow a person like me to succeed in that field, dog. You know what I'm saying? Even like what you said, while you doing this,
But
you
why
trying to
you think they-
destigmatize.
Why you think they wouldn't allow you to succeed in that field when you succeeded in the real estate? Because that's what you would think that they wouldn't allow you to succeed at.
It's the same thing in real estate. They don't want, dog. The difference between I would never, and I say this all the time, bro. I'd never be the top car sales. I would never be the top realtor in Texas because of the color of my skin. Because once again, when you selling, my demographic will always be black.
What about having a face for that entity and you not being the face? You back up from being the face and you put somebody on there that they're more familiar with.
But then they just come with so many. It just come with so much trying to do that, making somebody the face. Because if you put somebody the face of something, at some point they might be the face, but you're making the money. They're gonna turn around and be like, oh well, you making all the money, but I'm the face. People see me, but then it causing conflict.
That was the whole plan from the jump.
People don't stick to plans. People don't stick to plan, bro. And that just sad, but don't nobody stick to the plan. Everybody at some point, it could be a group of us in here, and I'm this way, been this way. Group of us in here, you start making more than everybody. I promise you, that other person that's in here gonna be like, man, how you feel about that when we the one doing all the work? Great, what they call it, Gatorade talk, water cooler talk, whatever. Bro, I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
I be so content. Bro, I'm from Mississippi, grew up in a trailer, had to piss and shit in the bucket. My mom and my dad was on drugs. They gave me up to my grandma. My grandma done raised me. I grew up in the hayfield. I didn't have no childhood. I ain't go to Six Flags until 2017 when I got out the penitentiary. Never been to an amusement park. Dog, I never had a childhood. Dog, I be happy with the small shit. The small, man, you know you worth more than that. Shit, bruh. Anything to keep me from going back to Mississippi had to be in the hayfield, raking belly hay with my granddad slopping halls and shit. Dog, I'm cool. Long as them kids I got straight, bro, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I ain't got to be no millionaire, dog.
I read something today, man, that said something. I think you have kids.
I got 3 girls.
3 girls.
Yep.
And it said something about if they wanted if it was gonna be another girl and then kill it.
Okay, I don't want no girl. So you had to, if I say I want a son so bad because I want to be a sports dad, if it's another girl, I'ma just pay you child support and you keep the kid.
Right.
Cause I
Okay.
got 3 girls, man. Them girls
It's something
tough,
else.
man. They don't want to play no sport. They play sports,
Mhm.
but it ain't what I deem sports.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I got a golfer and I got track kids and I got ballerina kid. You
So
know.
let me ask you something, man. Like, just say for instance, somebody coming from the underserved community, you know
Yeah.
what I mean, and they wanting to do real estate or something like that. How, people, they don't see that as being an easy feat. They see that as being something sophisticated, something far-fetched. How would you encourage somebody to do something like that, or even somebody that's coming home that really have no goals, no desires, no vision, if you will, just like yourself, you were selling pizza until, you know, you started selling the cars. You wasn't thinking about doing real estate while you were
Yeah.
incarcerated. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you didn't know what you would be doing. So what is the encouragement that you would give to somebody that, that's incarcerated now, or that may have just come home right now, to get out and to be a productive person and to believe in themselves? Like, how do you convey something that could assist them?
So I would first tell them shift their mindset. Stop believing that you can't do something or something too hard or something too this or something too this. And that be my issue with people. I think people are just lazy,
Mhm.
sensitive, and just weak. You can't tell me I can't do nothing. Like, period. It's so many examples of people who have similar situations to us and they successful.
Right.
So if they doing it, how the hell I can't do it?
Right.
I'm a 2-time convicted felon.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm a real estate
Yeah.
agent.
Yeah.
So
So
that means long as you ain't got no, and when people ask me, so I was in that, I went viral in the what's y'all prison like
TDC,
TDC, but
TDCJ,
TDJ, yeah, that
TDCJ.
they got this group on the internet. It's like 100,000 folks in there on Facebook,
Okay.
and they got this group for people who work in the prison system.
Mm-hmm.
But the prisoners who came home had took over the app,
Mm-hmm.
and they basically saying like, "Hey, I did time here, this, it," telling their story and how they came home. So I seen it one day and I posted in there. I just said, "Hey, served time in Mississippi, blah 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 blah. Came to be a top realtor in Texas. Went viral, 10,000 views, all type of stuff." So in this group, a lot of people hit me up and they were like, "Man, how you went to jail? How you get to be a realtor? How this? How this? How this?" He like, or somebody be like, "Oh, he lying." And I said, if you have questions about real estate, just call me and I'm gonna tell you.
Mm.
And I tell people all the time, long as you don't got no violent charge,
Like myself.
you can't be no realtor.
So wait a minute, man.
But
I
you could
got it.
get, but you could be in real estate. That's two different things.
Hold on. I mean, didn't I do my time? I paid my dues.
They don't care about that because they're gonna always attach that stigma that you're a violent person because they believe that in prison there is no such
But
thing as
what about the violent people that haven't been to prison?
they don't believe in rehabilitation. They
But
believe that people who come to prison, they become hardened criminals.
okay, so I got incarcerated with that case that I was indicted on in 2008.
Mhm.
Here we are in 2025.
Right.
So there's still no way
Nope.
that I could become a realtor.
Nope. But why do you got to be a realtor when you can be in real estate?
So explain being in real estate opposed to being a realtor.
So a realtor, we're just handsome, cute paper pushers.
Oh, you a paper pusher. You used to be a marijuana pusher.
Now I'm a
Now you're a
paper pusher.
paper pusher.
I help you explain the contract so you don't get messed over. I
Uh-huh.
also help negotiate a deal for you. I'm just a tall, handsome negotiator.
Oh.
I'm gonna help you find the property that you want, but I'm gonna help you get a good deal on that property.
Okay.
Because you don't understand the language in this thing.
Right.
Because if you not understanding this language, I want to explain it to you to help you understand it. But I also want to go in here with my chest out and say, hey, y'all selling this house for $350,000. We're gonna buy it for $320,000. Here's the reason why. Boom. That's what realtors are. You can still get in real estate because you can be an investor. You can be this.
So
You
how
can be
do I
that.
invest without the money? I just came
How's the
home. I've been here a year, maybe 2 years. A man might not have 10 to 15, 20,000. He might have $7,000 to his name.
Okay, so let me take you and
He
show.
might not have no family.
All right, so let me show you how to show you how to establish your credit.
So you establish credit as well.
I will help somebody. I will help somebody out. I'm
So
telling you.
are you helping them for the free? Do you have
For the free.
classes?
For the free. Never charge, I've never charged a dime in real estate.
Now, let's be frank. You're a
Okay.
busy man. You're a realtor.
Yep.
Now, how do you take time out of your busy schedule, which we know is jam packed,
Yep.
to do something like that for so many people? Like if you got 10 or 15 people that need you to teach them how to build their credit, you like, whoa, hold on now. You
I
know,
don't
your
be like,
phone already
but I
ringing.
don't be like that.
Okay.
It's 24 hours in a day. There's 30 to 31 days, 29 days in a month, depending on the month. You got to know how to prioritize. That's it. You got to learn the word moderation. We don't know these words and we don't apply these things to our life. So everything I do it in moderation, and I know how to prioritize. But I'm also a single man. When you ain't in no relationship, shit, that 8 hours you get back in your life
You
every
feel
single
me?
day. Yeah.
How does that work, man? You know,
Shit.
just if you don't, I ain't trying to
Nah,
put
nah,
you.
nah, nah. You good. It just when coming from where I come from, being in prison, dawg, I lost a lot of steps in learning how to love and stuff like that.
Right.
So when I came home from prison, I met my youngest daughter, mama, fell in love, and then I went prioritizing this woman in her life. You know, working, putting work before everything.
Right.
And then when me and her didn't work out, I tried a new situation, fell in love, but I went over my mama trauma. You know, I never was used to. I shut down when if I try to tell somebody something about, like, if I'm telling you that what you're doing is hurting me and you don't listen to me and you're trying to tell me that what I'm saying is wrong, I shut down. Because that's the same thing my mama used to do to me when I tried to tell my mama I was molested when I was 8. And that's a whole nother conversation.
So are you looking to be in a futuristic relationship? Is that something you looking for? Or are you just looking for that little boy that you want?
Whatever one come first. I want a son bad because I do want to have a human on earth, a little boy,
Yeah.
who can go off and be who I was supposed to be, who my grandfather really wanted me. And and even to this day, my grandfather proud of me because he like, dog, you did it.
Right.
Like you did the bull and you came home and look at you now. My grandfather's so proud of me. I also I need that little human on earth that's gonna go off into this earth and really, really, really be a great man. I'm talking about a politician, a lawyer. I'm talking about the most purest version of myself because I'm a dope human being, dog. I have a good heart. I'm a good person. I want that little human on earth doing the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't mind being in a relationship. I wouldn't mind being in love. I wouldn't mind being happy and riding off in
You
the
run
sunset.
across females all the time.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, is it difficult trying to pick and choose, or what's
man,
going
it's
on?
tough, boy. Y'all,
Tough?
and then y'all out here in Houston, and being in Houston tough.
Yeah.
Houston tough.
Yeah.
Dallas tough, but it ain't tough like down here in Houston. And it's just the quality of women the right quality of women don't really exist like it used to.
Right.
Because of everything that's in the world, social media, the internet, not internet, music, all that type of stuff. The quality of women don't really exist anymore.
So let me ask you this about the top realtor. So you know, what could one look for as to gross in the net? Like what are the numbers looking like to
To
live
be
comfortable in this day and age, in this market? Is this the buyer's market, seller market? I mean, where
buyers.
we at?
It's a buyer. We're in a buyer's market right now. If you're trying to buy a house right now, dog, you can go get a house, instantly have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, up to $100,000 in equity before you even get the keys. It's a beautiful time for buyers. If you're a real estate agent or you want to make money in real estate, dog, you can easily get in real estate and make 6 figures easy if you're doing it right.
You definitely make it sound easy. That's for
It's
sure.
easy if you work hard. Like I just believe. I told you, bro. I was in a hayfield. I woke up every single day with my grandfather in a hayfield, and my grandfather did not play, dog. Like you could play when you get done working.
Yeah.
Like I remember going on lunch break with my grandfather. We get home, my grandmama cooking and stuff like that. We supposed to get some food, eat, and go oil up the tractors. Make sure we got our twine and everything running for the bale, and get back to work. I remember me getting the basketball, shooting it. My grandfather going out get a knife, stabbing it. Say you'll play later.
Really?
So I have that same mindset. Though I get to it. Like I just left from when I got the call. I was in Temple, Texas. From Temple, Texas, I went to Killeen. This was Thursday. Temple, Texas, Thursday. Killeen, Friday. Saturday. Killeen was Saturday and Sunday.
You have properties in all of these areas or
I
what?
be showing houses in the area, and I got a property that I'm selling in Temple.
So the houses that you're showing,
Or other people, other realtors' houses that they're
okay,
selling for somebody else.
okay, got
Yeah.
you. I got you.
So I was in from Temple, Killeen, San Antonio. Now I'm in Houston.
And so, do these people compensate you for going out showing these houses? Do you have your own houses? How does that work?
So I will be compensated two different ways. So there's a new ruling that says that you have to disclose to your client that, hey, I'm going to show you this house, but there's a possibility that the seller won't pay a commission. Are you comfortable with paying me a commission?
Mm-hmm.
If so, how much? Now you put it on your client's hands to make the decision on what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
They either say, yes, I'm gonna pay you, and they tell you how much they're gonna pay you, and then you be cool with it. Or they be like, nah, find me a house that I like where the seller is gonna pay your commission for you.
Okay.
And from there you can make 1, 2, or 3% commission, or you can get a bonus and get 4, 5, 6, or something like that. Depends. And what was the next question?
So, as far as your profit margins, like as far as yearly, like what should a realtor be looking to make
It,
yearly?
it
Like
just depends. If you do it, I do it full time. I don't have no other job
that's
outside of
your
this.
primary income. Your primary
Primary.
source of
So if I
income.
don't sell a house, it's over with.
Okay, how many houses are you selling a month?
2 or 3.
2 or 3 a month.
Yeah.
This every month.
Yeah.
2 or 3, you definitely gonna sell two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it just depends. So when you balance it out, because it may be a month, because I did do a month where June
Uh-huh.
I didn't sell nothing,
Okay.
but July I did 5.
Mm-hmm. So
So
you
it
compensate.
can it balances out that
Okay.
way. So it may be a month where you don't do nothing, but then the next month it kind of made up for that following month.
I got
So
you.
when you're in real estate, you got to save, you got to know how to manage money, and it ain't always about selling a whole bunch of houses. It's about when you do sell a house, what you doing with that money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Bueno, lo que pasa es que tenemos como unos 4 minutos ya. Ese hombre, como le dije, que estaba encerrado y ya se dedica a los bienes raíces. Estamos, bendecidos para tener una persona aquí con nosotros que ha pasado por todo eso y ya está viviendo la vida, está pasándola bien él. Man, we want to thank you for coming out, man. We have a few more minutes left here. We want you to speak into the camera. Let these people know who you are. Any of your social media handles where they can reach out to you, what services you could provide to them, what assistance you could give to them. Because I know that they would appreciate it. It's a lot of people that want to be in your shoes
Yeah.
that just feel like they don't have the capacity or the intelligence or the hustle or the grind. But we want you to just encourage these people, let them know who you are, man, and make them feel comfortable with what you got going on.
So my name is Davarus Bell, your favorite Texas realtor. If you're looking for a realtor who's gonna put your interests before their very own, you want to give me a call. My fiduciary responsibility is always to put your interests before my very own. I service the DFW area, East Texas area, Temple Belton, Killeen area, and the Houston and San Antonio area. So give me a call. If you're thinking about getting into real estate, always believe in yourself. Don't never take no for an answer. Always have some form of dedication, determination, and discipline. And with those three things, you can be whatever it is that you want to be. If I can do it, you can do it. That's it.
That's what's up. Y si yo puedo hablar español, tú también lo puedes hacer. If I can speak Spanish, you can speak Spanish. If he could do it, you can do it. It's all about what you put your mind to. Again, I'm Shawn Johnson, aka the Black Migo. You have our social media handles on your screen. Just reach out to us. What we want to do is assist people that have been in my situation. This man might be able to assist us. I might be able to assist you. It's all about us helping the next person. That's why we here. We motivated. Again, we could have been torn down and destroyed, being that we've been incarcerated. But what we didn't do is we didn't allow that to stop us. We used it as fuel, just like you have for your vehicle, to get us to our next destination. So that's what the same thing we want you to do. If you have family members that are going through what we've been through, we want you to assist them if you can. But again, I'm Shawn Johnson with the Feds to Freedom podcast, also the nonprofit, the Silver Lining Project. If you want to reach out to us, if you have anybody, if you yourself or you know somebody that's been in our situation that wants us to highlight where they are, if you have something positive, if you got positive motion, if you have turned pain into power and productivity, we need to talk to you. If you got motion, we need to talk to you. If you know somebody that got motion, we need to talk to you because we're going to build a demographic of people like ourselves, and we're gonna highlight that and show everybody that's watching, that's paying attention, that we cannot be stopped. You cannot stigmatize us, and we are on the accelerator with this. Yo soy Black Migo. Hablamos después ya.